Thank you for watching this short video on how to create a new caregiver. We understand caregivers are very important to your agency, so we want to make sure that you really understand how to quickly and efficiently create new caregivers. There's a lot of information to cover, so creating a caregiver will be broken up into 3 separate videos. In this first video, we will touch on all information needed under the caregiver's profile section. For this example, we are going to pretend our caregiver's name is Jane Doe. Beginning on the main dashboard, go ahead and hover over the Caregivers button. Scroll down and click on Create New Caregiver. Go ahead and type in the first and last name of the caregiver, and then press the green Create Caregiver button. This brings you to the caregiver's profile. Since we haven't added any information about Ms. Doe, you will find all fields empty. There are many different windows included on a caregiver's profile. If an applicant applied online, when you create a caregiver from their application, some of the info on the Personal Information tab will transition over. It is not necessary to upload a profile image unless you are going to be creating badges for your caregivers. Under the Access Care Information tab, you choose the caregiver's classification from the drop-down menu. You assign an administrator, fill out the hire date, assign a region, and choose a referral source if applicable. You will find out the termination date later when that happens, and if using QuickBooks, the QuickBooks ID will automatically be generated when syncing. Moving on, you can fill out mailing information here, and on the Contact Information tab, you enter their phone numbers, status type, email address, and emergency contact. When you enter a mobile number, the system automatically is able to choose the provider for that number, so there's no need to worry about that. In the Mobile and Email Option Out section, you can pick and choose what the caregiver doesn't want to receive, or what you don't want them to receive. The Send Now button allows you to send a schedule to a caregiver via text or email. Finally, you can add caregivers to groups to further organize your caregivers. For example, you could create an Alzheimer's group so that when an open visit for an Alzheimer's client comes up, you can send that visit to the Alzheimer's group, containing caregivers well versed with Alzheimer's clients. The tax and general availability information can be used to store W-4 information if your agency is using a third party. This section can also be used for general notes. Fill out the Characteristics section to better match your caregivers with clients. The Open Visit Request section shows a brief summary and history of open visit requests. If you want to view all of the open visit requests for a particular caregiver, they can be viewed on the Note list located here. The Caregiver Points section keeps track of points that have been added over time under the Points tab, which was previously enabled if you chose to do so. Related call notes and related tag notes are notes in the call log the caregiver is tagged in, and any other notes the caregiver may be tagged in. Permanent priority notes, located right here, more or less provides an About Me section for the caregivers to fill out. Example, loves to cook, enjoys long walks. The Caregiver Notes section will be for your agency's office use only. Most people input day-to-day notes here, and if tagged, will show up on the caregiver and client's profile. Marketing meeting notes are notes pertaining to marketing about a specific caregiver. Desired work schedule comments provide a space for comments about a schedule and is mainly used by the agency. Update history, located right here, displays to all users changes made by the office staff. And permanent marketing notes, located at the very bottom, are notes pertaining to marketing that are permanent. Example, if a caregiver ever drops off flyers for me, maybe something like that. Before we move on to other tabs within the caregiver we have created, be sure to scroll all the way back up to the very top of the page and click Save, located here in the upper right hand corner.